Many ages ago, the Creator made the fire, and he put it on earth. But somehow, Tetathlia, the witch woman, happened to be there when it was put on earth, and she grabbed it and kept it to herself. She did not want to share it with the other creatures. She was afraid they would use it against her and become more powerful than she. Tetathlia, the witch woman, kept this fire deep down inside a cave, miles and miles inside the ground, selfishly guarding it. Nobody was allowed to come inside this cave. She was the only one who used this fire to keep warm. While she was comfortable and warm inside the cave, all of the other creatures were freezing outside. Everything was freezing. Some were dying from exposure and hunger. Everybody was suffering. One day, the creatures decided something must be done about it. Spiliai, the coyote, called a meeting, sending the birds who fly a long way to distribute the message. How can we plan to take that fire away from the old witch? They all came, the creatures of the forest, the river, the mountains, everything on this earth came in response to the message distributed by robin, eagle, dove, and meadowlark. The gossip of all birds spread the word all over the four corners of this earth. They came by the hundreds, all the people, animal people, they all came. All the leaders sat down in council. They chose Spiliai. We want you, Spiliai, to pay a visit to Tetathlia because you are well known for your persuasiveness and crafty methods. Spiliai told them, I can't do this all by myself. She is a very strong-willed person, and she has great powers. She can use those powers well. I will need the assistance of some others. He named Wolf, his cousin. You will wait at the doorway of the cave, because by the time I reach there, she will be catching up with me. He was sure he would be all tired out because the passage to the door from the bottom of the cave was a steep climb, and it was quite far. He named Sunmi, the squirrel. You will wait for Brother Wolf to bring the fire to you. He will be very tired because the old witch can run fast, and she will be catching up with him about that time. He named Alaquet, Bullfrog. You are to wait near the lake for Squirrel because she will be more angry and will be desperate. She will run like the wind to catch Brother Squirrel. That was the strategy they planned against Tetathlia, guardian of the fire. On this day, Spiliai quietly sneaked down inside the cave to where Old Lady Witch was sitting by the fire, half snoozing away. She didn't dare fall asleep, so she would keep herself away by thinking to herself, they want to steal my fire. I must not fall asleep. Spiliai watched for a while, then he spoke up. Oh, my relative, you are making yourself tired. Why don't you let me sit with the fire while you rest? Old Lady Witch flared up at him. No, no, I don't want you near me. Stay away. Leave this place and leave me alone. You have no right to be here. You are an outside creature, so stay outside. Who let you inside? He walked away behind a boulder and planned what he should do. Then he crawled towards her humbly and said, Oh, my brother's widow, I have admired you for a long time, although I am plagued by all those beautiful maidens asking me to marry them. I think about you and wait around for some sign from you. He flattered her. You are so mature and wise in your ways. That's the reason I always remember you when the younger ones approach me. If they were as wise as you, perhaps I would consider marrying them. Some are beautiful, that's true, but they are so immature. Old Lady Witch softened, and Spiliai went on. You have the most interesting looking eyes. When you look at me, I forget everything. Old Lady Witch was flattered, and she began to simper and smooth her bushy hair. She would spit on the palms of her hands and smooth her hair down with it. Spiliai began to talk to her in a monotone voice, and he began to crawl a little closer and closer. He spoke to her 5 times. Each time, he would speak a little softer and smoother. And then he wished her to get sleepy. Combined with the smooth talk and the wish for her to get sleepy, Old Lady Witch was soon sound asleep. All of a sudden, Spiliai jumped out at her, grabbed the fire stick, and ran away with it. He put all his strength into the first jump, making the flame flare up. It covered the entire back of Spiliai and singed his fur coat. That's why Coyote has a burned look on his coat. It's yellow on the side, which gives it the smoked appearance. His back is all burned black from that time. He climbed up out of the cave as fast as he could go to where Wolf was, waiting at the entrance. Old Lady Witch was nearly catching Spiliai, and he was glad to see Wolf. He handed the fire branch to Wolf and veered off to the side, away from Witch. She charged past him after Brother Wolf. Wolf jumped away with all his strength, leaving Old Lady Witch behind. But it wasn't long until she was catching up with him. She reached out and tried to grab him while he desperately jumped away from her. Wolf reached Sunmi, the squirrel, just in time to hand him the fire branch, and then he jumped out of the way, crawling off to suffer from the burns on his back. Squirrel grabbed the fire and ran away, jumping up into a tree and running as fast as he could. Squirrel began to burn on his back too. He also has yellow sides, which resemble smoke stains, and his coat burned dark gray. Before this, he must have been a different color. Witch nearly caught Squirrel. He barely made it in time to hand the fire branch to Bullfrog, who waited a little way from the lake. Bullfrog grabbed the fire and he leaped away about 5 times, blistering his back all up. That's why when you see a bullfrog in the mountains, he has huge blisters on his back. He got those when the fire blistered the skin on his back. Bullfrog reached the lake just in time as Witch was grabbing for him. He dove in, switching underwater to the opposite side of the lake, out of sight. He came up beneath a dead, dried cedar tree. He swam up beneath the tree into the roots. That's where he deposited the fire. Tutathlia scrambled around looking for Bullfrog, but she could not find him. She was not used to the cold outside weather, and she soon became chilled. It wasn't long before she began to freeze like everybody else, and she fell over, frozen to death. Spilei approached her cautiously, peering down at her. Ah, so this is the ferocious old witch that everybody is afraid of. See, this is the way you are, just another creature capable of dying like everybody else. He stepped all over her, breaking her into little pieces and throwing them in different directions. He went to get fire from where it was deposited by Bullfrog. He called everybody together to watch. The old man cedar tree was taking care of the fire inside his body. They cut away a piece of old man cedar and made a flat piece to lay on the ground and another sharp-pointed piece to fit in the center of it. Then they twisted it into the flat piece, causing a friction that made a fire blaze up. This was the first time that Spilei built a fire in this manner. Then he called all the visitors who came to the meeting, and he distributed the wood to everybody to take home. He instructed them all how to build a fire. Since that time, we have had fire to keep us warm. Now we use it for everything. We have benefited from Spilei's fire up to this day, and from the time they got together and stole the fire away from Tutathlia.